Where's the remote? Found it.
Turn off the lights.
All right.
Did you grab the drinks?
Yeah, I got them.
Okay, I'm making the popcorn.
It's starting. Come on.
All right. Okay, I'm here. Hit the button. Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna. And welcome to the
We Watch It
All.
We Watch It All podcast. You screwed
where
it
we
up.
watch it all and give you our opinions.
Okay, the opinions no one ever asked for.
Sorry, my
or
head's
can ever get it right.
It's in two places.
Where are they?
Heads on Mandalore, bodies on Concordia.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm tying it in because
Where's Concordia?
literally he said that Mandalore today in the episode.
Where was that?
The moon. He pointed to.
Oh, I didn't. That was yeah, but I didn't hear.
Sorry, I was trying to tie this in because we're doing Mandalorian season 3, episode 2, The Mines of Mandalore.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. We were talking last week like, oh my god, this could take all season to get here. And here he is. He's bathing in the waters. But I really think what's going to happen this season is going to be like, it's not going to be about this. I think he's going to fight with like Bo-Katan now because now she sees that this world's habitable. I think it's also you're going to see him face this rejection from his clan. That's what I'm like thinking. I think this is just the first step to get there.
I think he's waiting to think that something magical is going to happen in these waters, and it's not. And I think...
Well, something kind of does, but we'll get to that once we get to that point.
How do you know?
Well, we'll get to it when we get to that point.
In the show?
Yeah, it happened.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, the cleansing that he goes through. Like, there was no cleansing for him.
Yeah, well, he didn't finish saying his little
No, I know, but
either,
I still don't think... I have a feeling that they are going to be like a dud, like what she said.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to send him on a quest to figure out how he can redeem himself, though.
Or how he can live a life as a Mandalorian that is not part of his clan, basically. Which you definitely can, Boba Fett.
Yeah,
spending his time out there
by himself.
Not part of a clan. All that stuff. Oh, also, let me check my Instagram really quick because I'm pretty sure not only is season 4 like written, but Jon Favreau is already banking on them getting like a season 5 of this show, which is kind of crazy to say. Yeah, well, he says he hopes to make a season 5, and he hopes to continue off with Grogu and Din past season 4. Oh, and Ahsoka is now rumored to release late summer and not fall, so that's very exciting. But
we all know.
Then, and also, there's been rumors that Boba Fett might appear in this season. Which, only right. I mean, Mando stole like 2 whole episodes from him. I mean, he shouldn't steal his episodes, but you know.
Maybe he'll do, like you said, maybe he'll go to him.
For like advice, basically. Because he is like a very like standalone, you know, he's not like a traditional, I guess, Mandalorian. Because, you know. But still, that might be one of the best. But I also feel like he could form a close friendship or like connection with Bo-Katan because all her people left her. But it does seem like they always say, "Oh, our people are scattered across the galaxy." So maybe he is gonna go across the galaxy to find someone,
them all and bring them back there,
and find somebody who.
Maybe that's what it'll be. Yeah. Then maybe that'll be like him trying to bring everybody back to the planet to like re-inhabit it and like make it work on it. Like,
well, here's my thing, right? Bo-Katan said, "Oh, I wanna like go and reclaim Mandalore." Good for you, girl. But here's my thing: you saw this world. Yeah. That's a lot of work. That's going to take years on top of years. Like, she probably wouldn't even live to see it be fully flourished again. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, maybe she never seen it quite like that.
No, she did. That's her home planet.
No, but I'm saying like this, how burnt up and bad it is.
Well, yeah, before she saw it, she might not realize that it's
that's
like
what I'm saying.
as bad. But yeah, I mean now she probably should give up that idea. It is really trash the home planet. But we start on Tatooine.
Yes, with my favorite,
Peli. Din's meeting with Pelimoto. So to see if he can get so he can see if he can get parts for IG-11.
Which I'm gonna tell you, I'm a little disappointed because, like, he did all that stuff of going to the other place to try to take the statue down to get him because he needed him so desperately to complete this. Yet any droid could have really done what he wanted him to do.
Yeah,
all
but
he wanted him
the
to do
thing
was
is
be
he doesn't
like
have
a
he
scout.
doesn't yeah, but he doesn't have trust in droids. So that was the whole thing. He was trying to go back and get the droid that he like formed like a bond with.
Yeah, but this one can't be trusted now because he doesn't have what he had before. So it's like you would have thought he would have been like, okay, let me just take whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just like,
Yeah,
but
that was a little, like, it was just, like, and it wasn't even, like a trial and error. Like, he just took the first droid she gave. Like, how was...
Well, I think he thought he was, crapped for time there. So I think
Well,
that's kind of what happened to, and he just knew he had to keep it moving.
That's true.
But I love watching her, like, I just knew there was no way she didn't have right from the second. I knew she had those parts somewhere.
From the speeder?
Oh my God,
yeah.
She's hilarious. I just love watching her con people out of money and stuff and selling them right on back.
She's really good. And if there's going to be, if there's going to be, a weird Star Wars slang or reference, she's going to make it. Because I watched Eric Voss talk about it, and, I think she's, there was at least, 5 things that she referenced that, you probably wouldn't get unless you were, deep into Star Wars. I didn't get it until, Eric explained. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. She
said a couple
there
of
was, a thing of it was, they don't call them dice in Star Wars. There's some other thing that she named, and he's like, yeah, these are, the dice that I think Han Solo used. I don't know, something, but I was like, she really does make... She's, the character that you would have to pay attention for, because she will make the Easter eggs. Once she's there, though, she asks the job was. They say they don't have it, so she offers up R5, which I think this is so funny that they carry this one droid who was all the way back in A New Hope, who they were trying to sell to Luke, and now is, Mando's droid, which I think is, kind of funny, because, Grogu trained with Luke and was, a part of his thing. So, yeah, it's a weird kind of full circle, yeah.
But I like how Mandalorian tries to teach him, little ways of the Mandalore, even though he knows he's a full Jedi. Yeah. He's a Jedi, but he still tries to teach him.
Well, I guess it's because he didn't go the way of the Jedi, and he's going the way of the Mandalore more, because he rejected the lightsaber, and he took the Beskar chainmail that he still wears. So I guess he realizes, okay, well, he kind of wants to be a Mandalorian, which I would love to see how they'd get a helmet on him.
Just tuck those ears in.
Yeah, you roll him up like a croissant.
Yeah, just tuck him up in the helmet.
And you do a little pin, put a little hair tie on him, and he's good to go. I guess that's one way.
Did you hear tribal beat music in the very beginning, when not when they were flashing on all the helmets? It was right after that, when they were I think he was flying in, it was this weird I don't know,
it wasn't his music.
No, it was some kind of it was very low key, and it was a tribal beat or something. I don't know, it was weird.
I'd have to rewatch to notice that. But yeah, on their way to Mandalore, that's where I was talking about in the beginning, where I was trying to make my bad reference joke. He shows Grogu the moon of Concordia and Kavala. How did he say it? Kavala. Mm-hmm. That's where Bo-Katan was in her castle. Yeah. Which, as you see, he says it's the Mandalore system, because they are really close. These three things. Which I don't know how close Tatooine is to all this, but he was right there from Bo-Katan. It seemed like. And he had to deviate. So that kind of last episode, he would have been better to go figure out the droid, then hop over to Bo-Katan. Yeah. Then go. Because it kind of...
You know what is funny, though? He keeps telling him about how it was once green and lush and all like that. And I noticed that, he brought the green glass back to the lady. Yeah. And, when you look at him diving down into the thing, there was, a green hue.
That's the glass. I think Eric Voss said that was the sand. And from the explosions, it melted the sand into, glass.
But the funny thing is, when Bo-Katan comes to rescue him, she dives down there with Grogu, and it's just dark. And she called it a tomb or something. Yeah. I feel like they changed it.
Well, yeah, they said that it's kind of you're looking at it from two different perspectives. Yeah. Someone who has no connection to this world, Mando, because he doesn't. He said he didn't grow up there. He grew up on the moon. And then Bo-Katan, who lived there her whole life, was the royals of the Mandalorians. So it's kind of for her, this is she knows how good it could be, and this is what it looks like right now.
Yeah, she said it was a tomb, which made sense, because it was black and dark when she was going. And I'm okay, wait a minute, why was it green for him? And I guess it was just meant to represent something different for him.
I will say that the history of the Mandalorians, I don't know, I find that one so interesting compared to other things. Don't get me wrong, I'm reading the High Republic books, and the Jedi stuff, that's not even the beginning of the Jedis, but that Jedi era is very interesting. But the Mandalorians, I don't know, they're just so interesting. I'd like to see more of their early history.
Well, I think they're going to go into it, because it seemed I don't think greatly, but she did give bits and pieces. She told Grogu about why they have the skull as their I don't want to say mascot or logo, but basically their symbol.
Their signet. Signet? Is that how I say it?
I don't know. But what represents them. their symbol, and she was like breaking it down for him and all. So I think they're gonna do like little things like that.
I think
and she
it's
even
gonna be,
has like she even was telling him stuff. She was telling Din about different things like on the planet, and he said, I don't know it as well as her. So I think we'll find a little bit more out maybe as she'll drop little
I know
morsels.
there's stuff
I was not
from,
surprised
like,
that she stayed to take him to the mines, because I was like, if she doesn't stay, this is just gonna be stupid. Where the hell, like, what is she gonna do? Go back and leave him there?
Once Mando gets there by himself, he ends up getting captured by this like robot thing, which almost looks like it was like out of like Stranger Things.
First he got attacked, but he had to go find what happened to R5. Which was really cute, because Grogu was like he's like, worried
Grogu
about him.
spoke so much in this episode too. I've noticed, and this, I don't know, I never noticed him do this before, but when it was with Bo-Katan, he was spitting raspberries at her. Did you notice that? Yeah. He was like beefing with her. Like they were hardcore fighting, those two. But yeah, R5 goes like he disappears from the
and he ends up in a cave, and then he gets attacked by what? Bo-Katan.
Alamites.
Yeah, the Alamites. That she said they lived like just beyond the surface wastelands in the city or something. And she's
now if it's all a wasteland, they can just move in and take more. She was saying,
like, if they've survived in there now, like everywhere, what else has survived? And which we see
There's
bunch
like
of different things.
There's like a flying alligator or something.
Yeah, we saw
too.
A bunch of different little things, and that whatever that creature was, like you said, that takes to this like robot-like. Claw.
Yeah, it was like a big robot.
Yeah, it looked like
and then it like took out, and it was like a little robot. And then even from there, then he broke off, and he was like almost like a hermit crab head. It looked like, but in the center of it all, it was just this one large like real eye though, which is like more interesting. But he ends up getting kidnapped by this guy. And Grogu does try to use the Force to get him out.
But I thought it was interesting, because I was like, did this thing set him up? Because he left like a Mandalorian helmet,
I think so.
Like planted there, and like you see him look down at it, and like he picks it up, and then all of a sudden, boom, he ends up
like, I wonder how long has that guy been sitting there waiting for this trap to spray, is my question. Well, I guess he could maybe leave that body shell there and crawl out of it and then just crawl back into it. Because you'd have to assume he could definitely hear him coming from the fight with the Alamites, and then you definitely probably could hear that jetpack also like shooting down into the tomb. So if it's like always quiet there, and you hear one rumble, I guess there could. But there also could be more things there living, like Bo-Katan said that he could be constantly getting.
And then he ends up like basically on a spigot over a fire.
Yeah, he was cooking them. Well, he was not. I don't know if he was. I'm assuming he was probably going to cook them, but his main goal was like at first to draw his blood, which was interesting.
Yeah, I thought he was injecting him with something.
No, I think he was pumping. I thought he was pumping the blood out, because he like seemed woozy afterwards. So I assumed he probably was taking. Well, I guess he would seem woozy if you put something in him too. But
I couldn't figure out if it was going in or coming out. But I mean, he did something to him, or was trying to do something to him, and then before that, he sent Grogu to go get
Bo-Katan,
and she was getting all ready to be hot and huffy about it. Like, I told you to get out of here, and then she sees.
Just him.
Yeah, just Grogu, and she's like, where is he? And then I was surprised. I didn't think she was going to spring to action, but she did. She came to help.
Well, I think also she took down the thing of she told her droid to like scan where they've been. Yeah. And I think when she realized, oh damn, they were on Mandalore. Because I feel personally, when you're watching her face on the ship before she's talking and she's like going to Mandalore, you see this like, there's a look on her face like, oh crap.
He did it.
It's habitable. There, yeah. Like, I can like return with my quest to like reclaim this and rule Mandalore again.
Yeah, well, that was what the surprising thing was. He was shocked that it was like breathable, because he was like, oh, it's been a lie. Like, you can breathe here. Like, what the heck? Yeah.
Once they're there, she ends up going through and rescuing Din, and then that's when he says, well, she's like, okay, let's go. And he's like, no, I have to finish my quest. I've come this far, which, I mean, he's not wrong. If you just got trapped, your blood drained, you're already halfway here, you might as well go down. And she says that she'll show him, because she has went there before to perform rituals, but they're more just for like the townspeople than for herself, in the way that his people would do that as well. Once they get to there, Din starts going into the water, and she must be running to the mines of Mandalore.
Must be.
No, so he gets there and he goes into the water, he starts reciting it, and got cut off. Same thing like last week with the the baptism. Sorry, Eric Voss keeps calling it baptism, but I guess it kind of is.
Yeah, it's
in a form
it's
of
washing
it is.
away your sins, and that's what he had. He had like in
Yeah,
his
well,
mind
it
it was
is.
a sin to take his thing off.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is.
But once he's in there, he gets pulled down
by something.
and she goes down and saves him. And on her way back up, she sees this Minosaur.
Is that what that was? I didn't
That's
know what
the
it was for.
signet thing. Their like logo that she's talking about.
Oh.
That's it.
But it was a real thing.
It's a real thing. Yeah, because on the thing before she went in, when she was reading,
it is legit.
it was like a folklore, basically.
Yeah.
It was this thing. So now she's seen this, where I could see him waking up next week and being like, I went in the waters and nothing happened, and her being like, the mythosaur is real, I saw it, and him being like, I don't believe you, kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, but
It's
what could
kind
he do about it? Like, I'm like,
Well, I don't know. I feel like seeing the mythosaur would prove like the whole history to her.
but do you
being
think
like,
that's who pulled him under?
I don't know if that's who pulled him under. That's the thing. Like, I don't know why
Because whatever pulled him under, he was like down on the bottom and he was out
Yeah.
cold.
So maybe it did pull him under. But maybe, I don't know. I mean,
Well, there's no saying that just because it represented their clan or whatever you want to call them,
Well,
that meant it
it's-
was a good
he
thing.
he tamed the beast is what they said the first Mandalore
Oh.
was that he tamed this beast.
And so maybe he's not tamed anymore because nobody comes around. Or maybe it's like
I don't know.
wildly
Maybe
now. Or maybe it's
she-
a different one. I don't know.
But here's the thing, maybe in the past those rituals that she was doing and thought meant nothing were what was taming the beast all those years.
Maybe.
And now that Mandalore is destroyed and no one's coming down and doing these like little rituals, this beast has not like stayed dormant anymore, basically, is what I could think. I will say it was very interesting to see Mando fight with the Darksaber compared to Bo-Katan.
Yeah, I was confused because at first I was like, I don't know why I thought it was very dark on my phone. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that's my main complaint with this. I got up and I watched at 5 in the morning or 5:30 in the morning, pitch black, not a single light on. Maybe the night light was on, but it's like behind the TV, so it's not going to affect the screen. It was so dark, and I don't know what they're thinking when they're doing this show, because Bo-Katan is in an all dark blue suit with a white like little bit of face paint. Hello. They're like, it's Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni being like, don't criticize this show, don't even try it. And then Mando, even worse, because if you think about it, at least she's got the blue and the white. He's in all reflective, so if it's a dark surrounding, you instantly are reflecting that back onto him. So he's like, if he's in a pitch black room, his suit's pitch black.
It was pretty bad.
You can't see anything.
At first, I thought that Grogu used the Force, because I think he was trying to when he was in that cage. I thought he used the Force to do something to the cage, but then I didn't see it.
No, he did.
But what did he do?
He was trying to open shut the thing off, but instead it made like a pop sound and it alerted the robot thing, and then that's when Din told him to go get Bo-Katan and he left.
But, well, that's what I'm saying, though. See, I thought he did get freed a little bit, and when Bo-Katan came in and was fighting with him, I thought that was him reaching for the Darksaber.
Oh, no, it was her.
But then I realized, like, she goes up to him and she's talking to him, like, wait, no, that had to be just him, because, like, how was he in there? And then I thought, like, oh, is he a shell of a person, and his, like, essence is, you start thinking crazy things. But I'm like, no. Then I
couldn't see.
No, then I saw her hair, and I'm like, oh, okay, no, she's the one fighting him.
When she's in the whole suit, it's harder. At least when she takes the helmet off, you got the bright red hair, and Grogu's at least like kind of green, so you can kind of see him. But when he's in the pod, no, it's just like a green little head bobbling around. But seeing him, and it's still way too heavy to try to pick up because he is not connecting with it, basically.
Yeah.
And then her, who's not even technically, if you go by the combat rule, it's not hers to wield. She wielded it like it was nothing. Like, that was light as a
feather. I have to give her credit for that, yeah. That and whatever that little circle thing was she used too. Like,
that was the shield, I think, in her thing. But I'm just saying, it's almost like you're like, it's like, damn, well, she should have that saber, because look at her, she wielded it like it was nothing. Like, she's been using this the whole time.
I wrote, they go in, he goes in while reciting the creed and suddenly goes under. Bo-Katan rushes in to save him, but finds him on the ground unconscious. She sees what appears to be a large crock. It ends.
I mean, it kind of does. She kind of comes up, but I don't know. To me, whenever I see the Mandalorians, for some reason, I don't know, I could fully read what I could picture her face. Like, I could, when she came up and she had the helmet on, like, I pictured her being like almost like her jaw's like a little drop, like her eyebrows are like raised, like in like shock, and like, I don't know. for some reason when I see them, I can just picture what their faces are doing under the helmets. I don't know if it's just by like the body language that they're giving off, which
Maybe.
is quite impressive if you can do that. My opinion. That's my opinion.
Maybe. But that was it. At least it gave more information.
No, yeah. It was definitely
a little bit
better
more
than the
moving,
first one.
And yeah, it had a little bit more like go.
Yeah. I think it's rumored. I don't trust rumors when they say the shows, because I think someone said WandaVision's finale was supposed to be like an hour and a half, and it was not. But I think someone said next week is supposed to be significantly longer, like 50 plus minutes. So you always got to count for like the 5 minutes of credits.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people that work on these shows. So
It's true.
you know.
Well, you don't have a choice, but can we tell some of the 5 to lighten it up in color?
What?
Can we tell one of the 5 to lighten it up in color?
That's what I'm saying. It's like you got to think about that. They have the volume, which is always so amazing and impressive. If you know what I'm talking about, the volume, go watch the documentary. They explain how they use this thing. It's insane. That doesn't mean you could just put them on a dark background. We need people to get in there and get with some lights or something.
Oh man, when she threw that one ball up, I was like, oh, thank
right?
you,
I was like, whew. Listen,
sister.
even if you're going for dramatic effect, you gotta make the little light on the side of Mando's helmet and Baby Yoda's like thing. You gotta brighten that up a little bit. Like I cannot see anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they were trying to do that, because it did feel like a little spooky when he was down there. Like you were waiting for something to jump out.
No, but you can make it spooky, but make it so that we can tell.
Well, let me tell you this:
what.
Eric Voss, I could tell that he brightened up the footage when he was trying to like show it in his breakdown.
Good. So now we have to watch it from there.
Yeah, watching The Mandalorian
pick it back up on
via Eric
ridiculous.
Voss's breakdown. That's how you do it. But that is all. We will be back next week to cover episode 3. I don't know how many there are. I'll have to check. I don't think it's that many, sadly. But clearly summer Ahsoka. So summer's closer than you think, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, late summer, but it's still
better than fall.
Yeah, they probably were like, yeah, they meant early fall, so it's the same thing. Late summer, early fall. What's the difference? Mm-hmm.
No, not really. That's still summer. Yeah, it's good. It's fine. You'll have it soon enough, just like Mandalorian. She's like, what?
I'm like, what the hell is she talking about right now?
That's Ahsoka.
No, I know, but you're like, soon, like the Mandalorian. What the hell? Mandalorian's on now.
I know, but it felt like that took forever too.
Oh, because it did.
Yeah,
no, it did. Because they went off for the season and it was replaced with Boba Fett. All right, well, that's all, folks. Let us know what you thought of this episode. And make sure you subscribe and follow and turn on notifications so you don't miss when we post. Mandalorian goes up every Friday. We do the Real Housewives of New Jersey every Saturday. And the Ultimate Girls Trip is coming back soon. Uh-oh, people are crying next to us. We have to wrap this up.
Yeah, we watched that Girls Trip trailer. Get on that, people, because that is a doozer. And I wasn't even interested in them, let me tell you. But I'm interested now.
All right. Check out our other podcast. We talk about it all. We post every Friday. So as soon as you're done with this episode, you can go and listen to that podcast. And last Monday we said we were going to post J-Lo wedding movies, and we did not. We ended up having a really busy weekend, so we couldn't. So that's going to go up this Monday. We're going to watch J-Lo wedding movies, and then I think actually we're going to have another Pedro Pascal show. We're going to have The Last of Us.
Yeah,
we got to get HBO Max.
Yeah,
if you've been here, you know we got a saga with HBO Max. But that's all. If you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Don't give us a thumbs down. Instead, leave a comment, tell us how to improve, and give us hopefully 5 stars.
Woohoo!
Sissy's tearing it up in the restroom. Damn it!
Time to go. Gotta hit that box.
All right. Thank you so much for listening or watching. We'll be back next week.
Yeah, hit the button because I gotta go see what she's doing. Hit the button.